acknowledge that there are flaws on lots of the guys that are available that would come into the situation, but there are specific skills that I am looking for. And the number one thing for me is obviously some defense. Some doesn't have to be your number one thing. And you have to be a low post passer as well as a low post scorer. That's what I'd prioritize right now. And then perimeter defense, is another thing I'm looking for, but that's not, to me, the number one thing. The number one thing is, how are you going to slow down in a series in the Western Conference Anthony Davis and Jokic in back-to-back series?
Exactly.
I'm not even saying stop them.
Right.
Slow
them down. Slow them down.
How are you going to help Looney?
Yeah, that's the biggest thing.
And so then that kind of leads me into my Draymond question, Bonte. Like, for all the people that want Draymond back, for all the people that say that the Warriors can't win without Draymond, how does Draymond fit into a series defensively moving forward as a smaller guy whose body is aging against AD, against Jokic? 4 or 5 years ago, oh yeah, we're in. I don't know. Like, you have to project moving forward.
Also, you have to put pressure on them defensively.
That's a good point.
Jokic put so much pressure on AD defensively, AD was done guarding him. You got to go into his chest. So if you have non-offensive threats going at these guys, then they're relaxing on defense and exerting much more energy offensively. You got to have somebody who can go at them. Go at them. Try to get them in foul trouble. Instead, AD's camping out in the paint. Jokic against the Warriors, he's probably camping out in the paint because Aaron Gordon would maybe check Draymond or just sag off of it.
The way Anthony Davis did.
I think if Draymond, and I truly believe this. I actually walked away from the show thinking about this yesterday.
What's that?
We had a lot of dialogue with Draymond Green, and we've seen him score when he needs to. When he scores, we saw the data. They win damn near 80% of the time when he scores at least 10 points in a game. All right. He can do it. Draymond Green can go out there and average 12 to 14 points a game. He can. It sounds preposterous, right? It sounds insane.
It doesn't sound preposterous. It's just we've been begging for it over and over and
we haven't gotten it.
And we haven't gotten it. He's getting up there in age. Like, at some point, you either are going to add that element or we just have to stop talking about that.
No,
But I hear your point. The point is valid. The reality, though, is that the onus has been on him the entire time.
Yeah. And he doesn't finish around the rim. He does miss a lot of layups. He does. But if I knew Draymond Green could channel that offensive player that we saw in Game 3 or Game 4 against Sacramento, Game 5 against Sacramento.
But that
Game
takes
5
a lot of
Lakers,
energy.
It does.
From him.
But he's got to he's got to press the issue against these bigs. You got to go at these dudes. Jokic and AD are chilling against the Warriors. So that's part of the problem. If you had a guy like Naz Reid who could go at their chest, Karl-Anthony Towns even. But, Rocco, with the text on Embiid, you know how I feel about Joel Embiid. What is the situation in Philly with Joel Embiid? Will he be available? Because Joe Lacob loves stars. And if you're going to move some assets, you're going to move all these assets in Kuminga and Poole, if that's what's happening.
Yeah.
And I don't think Dunleavy Jr. wants to trade Poole. I think Anthony Slater's onto something. Dunleavy Jr. really likes Poole. He scouted him. But what does it look like in a deal for Joel Embiid? Because picks be damn, I'm giving up a lot of picks.
For Embiid.
So
if you were to power rank possible available people, he would be at the top of your list or close to it.
He'd be number one.
Wow.
He'd be number one.
Why do you cover him so much?
I mean,
no. Why?
If Giannis was,
but let's say, okay, in this hypothetical, Giannis is not available. What makes him so desirable to you?
Gets to the free throw line, number one.
Okay.
Can play inside. Now, he does sag outside, doesn't play like a junkyard dog.
At times he has cat tendencies.
Yeah, he does. But when he plays like a junkyard dog,
he's better than him.
He's dominant.
Yes, I agree.
Defensively, rebounding.
Yeah, the defense to me is number one.
Number one. Blocking shots, changing shots.
I worry about his body holding up.
If I could get 65 games a season out of Embiid in the regular season.
I mean, I'll take 55 and load manage him properly so he's ready for the playoffs.
So there you go.
But the problem is even if you load manage him properly and he's ready for the playoffs,
he gets hurt in the playoffs.
He gets
like
an elbow
he did
to
this
the
past
face.
year. Yeah, exactly. He's had injuries every playoff year. But he plays through them. But with an Embiid, I know I got a good screen setter. I got a dude who's going to maul guys, and I still have Stephen Curry. So I don't have to worry about him closing games. This isn't James Harden. This is Stephen Curry, okay?
The problem with an Embiid trade is that one of the people that you would assume would be a desirable piece to move, Jordan Poole, doesn't feel like someone, again, this is just me going off of looking at their roster, like it feels like to me that would be redundant because they've got the young man, number 0. Come on.
Oh, Tyrese Maxey. He's a legit.
Right? And he has to get paid at some point. So it feels redundant to have Poole and him in a backcourt, but maybe I'm wrong.
Would you move Clay? Would he be part of that deal?
I mean, I would want to keep Clay, but Clay would probably be, like, who would be more desirable right now in a trade, Draymond or Clay? 1 year. Let's say Draymond opts in. He's got 1 year left, and Clay's got the $43 million of 1 year left. I think Dre's will be close to 30.
I think Clay would be more attractive league-wide.
If you were to go around the league, you think so?
Yeah.
That's an interesting question, isn't it?
It is very interesting.
Who's a more desirable player outside of this organization?
Outside of the Warriors? That's a great question. And I think I lean Clay just because of the shooting.
I think you're right.
Because Draymond, he's so unique,
think you're right. Yeah.
Draymond is so unique. Now,
and there's a lot of ball handlers on offense that wouldn't want to have him on their team because of him having the ball so much.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think it's Clay. That's a good point. Doesn't that kind of speak volumes to where the Warriors are at? And then we always do this thing, well, the Warriors value him more and Steph needs him more. And Steph's fine. Steph will figure it out.
I agree.
But would Philly want Draymond?
I don't know.
He would be right up their alley.
I mean, they already
in
had
terms
PJ,
of fan base.
They already had PJ Tucker.
He would also drive them nuts.
They already had PJ Tucker. Now, I don't want to get into trading Draymond and Clay again. We did.
No. I'm just asking out loud in these hypotheticals.
Or do the Warriors? There was somebody on the YouTube chat who said the Warriors don't need wholesale changes. They need a tweak or two. What's that tweak? What is the tweak that they need?
But to me, you do need wholesale changes because two of the biggest personalities on the team in terms of importance are guys that don't want to play with each other and can't play with each other, and it affects everyone. The ripple effect of Dre and Poole, it feels impossible to overcome.
What do they need? What do the Warriors really need? Do they just need Kuminga to play?
But Kuminga ain't guarding Anthony Davis or Jokic.
No, he's not even coming close to that. What do they need? What tweak? Or did they miss that tweak? Is that tweak in Detroit?
I mean,
I'm not going to go there with James Wiseman.
No, James Wiseman was not going to be able to help them.
I know.
Right now, beat those guys. That's
close.
Back to Wiseman.
By the way, Kirk Reeder's going to join us in 20 minutes. Kirk Reeder, former Giant, the lefty. They know him as Woody. They had the shed out there in Missouri. I'm sure he's taken in a couple Giant Cardinal games.
I love
as
it.
The Giants beat the Cardinals yesterday 4-3 to start that 3-game set. Logan Webb pitched great. Or he didn't pitch great, but he did enough to keep him in the game. Camilo Duvall, 4-out save. You got a little beat crawl. You got George Sedano, 8:30. That's what I'm looking forward to with the NBA talk. Because George is tapped in. He'll have some thoughts on what he's heard around the NBA Finals, and then we'll get back to Laura Britt at 9:20.
So I almost want to put it out to the audience. What do they think, Warriors, to beat Denver, to beat the Lakers, a tweak or an overhaul?
Yeah, it's a great question. 888-957-9570. Keep going back to that. What do you think? A tweak or an overhaul?
No, I think it's an overhaul.
You think it's an overhaul?
Because to me, it's not about just 1 year. It's about the next 2 or 3, right? And you cannot sacrifice another year of what could be one of the few remaining Steph Curry prime years. You need to set yourself up for the next 2 or 3 years. That's the way I would view this. I think, the sand is coming out of the hourglass on this.
So Skywalker Destroyer 52 is agreeing with you on YouTube. Overhaul, we need Giannis or Embiid. Boy, that'd be great to have Giannis or Embiid. What is the deal with Giannis? They have a new coach up there in Milwaukee and Adrian Griffin. I don't know. Eric Lozoya. I think tweaks to the bench. Last regular season game versus Denver, we had chances.
But this goes back to when you are financially strapped to tweak the bench.
You almost have to overhaul it to get what you need,
because they don't have the ability financially to be able to bring in players at a price point that are actually going to be able to help you.
Yeah,
I mean, we're talking about trading for flawed players. Guys that want vet men are even more flawed.
Yeah, no, it's going to be tough.
Tremendously more flawed.
And how attractive is your situation for a vet minimum? Will that veteran now want to go to Denver, Colorado and play with Jokic? Will that veteran want to go to L.A.?
I don't know.
How desirable are to go to, say, Warriors right now?
I don't know.
That's what we don't know. Let's go to Kurt in Oakland.
Denver does feel like a fun place to live.
Hey, the weed is legal
hey
out
guys,
there.
Thanks for taking my call.
Kurt, what's happening?
Straight to the weed.
Two possibilities, just weeks, would be Yusuf Nurkic or Miles Turner. Both probably want to get out of their respective areas, and they won't.
They're not coming for a vet man. You like
I'm not
right.
saying a vet man, but you could.
Nope.
I
That's
know
the only
that.
way you could sign anyone right now. Right now, they're so over the. See, this is something we have to deal in reality, Warrior fans. They are so strapped financially. The CBA prohibits them from adding anyone other than a vet man if they just stand pat.
They can figure it out. They've been known to figure it out.
I guess you're not listening.
Well, they would have to trade. I mean, yeah, it's going to take wholesale to get a guy like. First of all, don't want Nurkic. Don't want Nurkic. That's not the big you need. Miles Turner, we've heard that name a lot. He just signed an extension with Indiana. You're going to have to trade some stuff for him. You're not just getting him for a veteran minimum.
He's been, you know what he is? Roy Hibbert. He's been on the block for what feels like 5 years,
Roy
and
Hibbert.
nobody wants him.
Nobody's traded for him. Like, yeah, intriguing, but we're good. We're good. So, you know what? Everybody said GM's got to figure it out. Well, Mike Dunleavy Jr. and Kirk Lakewood got some tough things to deal with here.
I do think that last caller, and I'm not mad at that person, but like I do think that is the part that is very difficult for certain fans to comprehend. You can't have it both ways. You can't keep everyone you love financially and then add to the mix in a significant way.
Because of the tax.
Yes. You're
The luxury
restricted.
tax.
You're restricted. So you do have to make a decision.
So after watching the Nuggets last night win their first NBA championship, and they're not going nowhere, they're going to be in the Western Conference unless they relocate to the East, and that's not happening. That would never happen. What do the Warriors need to do? Is it a tweak or an overhaul? What do they need to do? Because we have a Jokic problem. We have a Jamal Murray problem. We got a Mike Malone problem. In Denver, Mike Malone said it yesterday. They're not satisfied with just one. So they're not going anywhere. Can the Warriors run it back with this current roster, this current core? Can you tweak it? Or do you need to overhaul it? And overhauling it means you're trading some big boys. And you're trading everybody with the exception of Steph Curry. That's what it sounds like what an overhaul is. Wiggins on the table, Poole's on the table, Clay's on the table. Some people, but yeah, what is a tweak? Michael Silberg, what is a tweak? A tweak to me is a veteran, a minimum. Maybe you swap bench pieces here and there.
You trade one of your rooks.
You swap an Anthony Lamb for somebody else, or I'm just throwing a hypothetical. You know what I'm saying?
But it seems
That's a
absurd.
tweak.
Anthony Lamb for somebody
I know,
else.
right? I mean, we're grasping at straws here. Or do you need an overhaul? And the overhaul is you're trading some big boys away. You're breaking this thing up. That's what it is. CP3, man. Okay. It's gonna be a great everything. So we got Carl Anthony now. So we need a
cue
list.
card?
The cue card of the list. The names.
Loveman, bring me a pen.
Carl Anthony
A blank
Towns.
sheet of paper. Bring it to me.
CP3. We've had Embiid talk.
Number 4.
Christian Wood talk.
Number 5.
Bobo talk.
Number 6.
I saw Marvin Bagley III on the Comcast
Stop
Business Text
it.
line. I swear to
Is
God.
that Marvin Bagley's dad texting in?
408. Comcast Business Text line. Marvin Bagley III and Killian Hayes for Draymond Green. There you go. 510.
Really? We're doing that trade?
We got another one. Here's some more names. 650 Comcast Business Text line. Delano Gallinari, Porzingis, Steph Curry, Clarkson.
Is it
They all fit.
2018?
Sadiq Bey.
John Collins. Kitty J in the city.
Where is Brian in Palo Alto?
Kitty J in the city.
Where is Ja?
Kitty J in the city. What's happening, man? You're on the roast. Kitty J.
Hello?
What's up, Kitty J?
Hey, how's it going, you guys? First time caller.
I appreciate that. Thank you, brother.
I love your show.
Thank you.
I heard something the other day about a trade request, or maybe a trade that could help the Warriors. It was DeRozan and Drummond for Poole and the number 19 pick. Maybe throw someone else in there. I'm not really sure how it would work, but I think that might be a good one.
I'm open to that.
I'm open-minded. Drummond does grab a lot of rebounds. Can he slow down Jokic? I don't know.
How does that fit with Dre?
Yeah,
Now-
DeRozan, mid-range game.
I like DeRozan, actually.
DeRozan's tough.
I actually like DeRozan. Oh, here we go.
Oh, we got a piece of paper. You got paper. We'll hang that
All right,
up.
So go through the names
All
again.
right,
I
so
want to
here
write
we go.
This is this the Warrior wish list or is
The
this
Warriors wish list.
Okay.
All right, the
These
Warriors
are just
wish
names
list.
that fans want.
Yes.
All right. Number one.
So number one, Karl Anthony Towns. Throw him out there.
I'm gonna go Cat.
CP3. Marvin Bagley III.
MB3.
John Collins.
Oh, John Collins.
Bobo.
I love Collins mix.
Bobo. Christian Wood.
Okay.
Throw Embiid on there.
1 sec. Wood,
Okay. Wood.
comma, Christian.
Yep. You got
You said who? Embiid?
Embiid.
Yeah, he should have been higher on this list.
Yeah, probably. You got Gallinari.
Wait. Who? Did we mention your boy
Porzingis.
Zion?
Zion. Go Zion.
9 is
Porzingis.
Porzingis.
Nobody said Pat Bev yet? Oh, Brooke Lopez is a good name. Brooke Lopez.
Okay, Brooke.
Hachimura.
Hachimura, Rui. Somebody called about Rui.
Okay, 1 sec.
Well,
Rui. I'm just going to go
right.
Rui. 12.
See, these are
I'm
the-
missing names. We're going so fast I can't even keep up.
415. I'm going to take Charlie in a second. 415. Trade JP for Eric Gordon. Yeah, the Denver Nuggets are going to do that.
I'm going to put Eric Gordon on here just to laugh.
Joe Ingles. Oh, how can we forget?
I'm going to call him YMCA Joe.
All right. How can we forget? LeBron James.
Oh, that's right. I mean, I'd be open to that.
Right. Oh,
LeBron.
here's from Dennis.
Okay.
John Moran about to be available for cheap.
Ja. Oh, okay. Ja
Don't forget
Morant.
about OG.
Where is John?
Why does this feel like the Niners looking for quarterbacks a few years back?
Don't forget
Doesn't
about
it?
OG. Don't
Doesn't
forget
it?
about OG
Could I
Anunoby.
entice you into Kirk Cousins?
Pascal Siakam.
Wait. OG. I got to put. Okay, we're at 16. OG. Pascal.
Alex in Atlanta. You can get Dylan Brooks for pennies on $1 right now. Dylan Brooks. Oh,
You want to make the
that
locker
crack
room
come
united?
into play
Bring in Dylan
for you?
Brooks. They all hate that guy.
When does that crack come into play for you?
Nas Reed.
Oh, yeah, Nas Reed. He's always a good one. Nas Reed. Okay, now we're just naming names.
Mikal Bridges is a name that a lot of people know.
Yeah.
All right, look. And while you
Isn't that Wiggins' brother-in-law?
is it really?
I thought they're married to the...
No, Miles Bridges.
Oh, you're right.
Miles Bridges.
You're right.
Miles
Okay.
Bridges. Well, you're probably not going to bring him around here to what went down with him. Let's